What if I told you that over 2,500 years ago, someone imagined the universe starting from basically infinite mystery goo, and somehow got surprisingly close to modern cosmic thinking? Yeah, no telescopes, no NASA, just power of the brain. Let's talk about one of the boldest early ideas about the universe ever, the cosmic origin theory of Anaximander. So picture ancient Greece. No technology whatsoever. And yet philosophers are out here trying to explain the entire universe. Anaximander learned from Thales, who believed everything came from water. And to be fair, that idea actually works in some ways. Water can turn into vapor, and maybe even into fire. But Anaximander noticed something deeper. The world isn't just one thing changing form. It's full of opposites, hot and cold, wet and dry. And those opposites are always in balance. That's when he realized the origin of everything can't be something specific. It has to be something bigger, something boundless. Anaximander's big idea is called the Apeiron, which means the boundless. Now what is that? Is it a substance? A gas? Space dust? Not exactly. The Apeiron is more like an infinite, undefined something. No edges, no limits, no specific form. It's not water, not fire, not anything you can point to. It's just this endless source where everything comes from. Think of it like the ultimate cosmic starter pack, except instead of items, it contains all possibilities. So instead of saying everything comes from water, Anaximander says everything comes from something bigger than any single thing. Honestly, that's a pretty bold move for 600 BCE. Okay. So how do we get from this infinite Apeiron to, Earth, stars, and your favorite snack? Anaximander explains it like a story. Step 1. A tiny germ breaks off. Somehow, a small piece separates from the Apeiron. This little cosmic seed contains everything needed to build a universe. Kind of like downloading a massive game from a tiny file, except the game is reality. Inside this cosmic seed, things start to split into opposites. Hot versus cold, wet versus dry. It's like the universe's first argument. You're too hot. Well, you're too cold. But this separation is important. It creates structure. A cold core forms in the center, while heat expands outward as a fiery layer. Now here's where it gets really visual. That outer fire doesn't just sit there. It breaks into giant rings, like glowing wheels in space. Anaximander imagined 3 big rings of fire surrounding the Earth. One for the stars, one for the moon, one for the sun. These rings are kind of like chariot wheels, with fire trapped inside. And the light we see? It comes through holes in those rings. So the sun, moon, and stars aren't objects themselves. They're like windows into cosmic fire. And when the moon changes shape, that's just the hole opening and closing. Ancient Greek version of a dimmer switch. Now here's the part that really stands out. Back then, most people thought Earth needed support, like sitting on water or held up by something. Anaximander said nope. He imagined Earth just floating freely in space, just hanging there. Why? Because it's in the center, and there's no reason for it to move in any direction. That's actually a huge leap in thinking. He basically removed the need for a physical support system. Also, fun detail. He thought Earth was shaped like a drum, flat on top and bottom, like a cylinder. Not quite right, but hey, he got the floating part, which is honestly the harder idea. So why is Anaximander's theory such a big deal? Because he wasn't just telling a myth. He was trying to explain the universe using logic and observation. That's basically the beginning of scientific thinking. Subscribe for more Ancient Brains story. Thank you.